What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Underground Runaround. This is episode 44. I am your host, Brad Ross, back again with my co-host, PavDaddy, who's been demoted down here to the bottom of the screen. And my guy on the other side of the screen who did most of the work today, Mr. Keith Francio. What's going on, gentlemen? How we doing?
How you doing, buddy? I'm doing well.
Good. Hey, Keith, did he say your last name right?
Yeah, I mean, so that's the funny thing. You go, depending on what pizzeria you go to in New Jersey, I probably already told you this. Whatever pizzeria you go into in Jersey, that's how they tell you to say it. So if I go to like a Sicilian or like Southern Italy, they'll say Francillo, and they get pissed if you don't say it that way. So I always said Francillo, but I mean, it is what it is.
So you got to argue with the motherfuckers just how to say your name.
You don't argue with a Sicilian. You don't do it. You don't do it. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Okay. They make delicious pizza. And
you call him Mussolini and get the fuck out of there.
Angry. Yeah, man, you make a good pie, though. You make a good pie. It's been an eventful week, you know. Thanksgiving was fun. Went up to Jersey. Went to Jersey City. I should have checked out, see if I can find where PSA set up shop, because I know it's out there somewhere. But went to a hockey game, which was unfortunate. And then
I got to hear the train, though. I got to hear the subway. Bing bong.
Bing bong. That was the PATH, Port Authority.
Yeah, all right.
I knew right away. I gotta send this to Brad. Old Sanchez and them.
Hell yeah, you know it. You guys just keep talking for a minute. I'm almost ready. Almost ready.
Speaking of Italians that love Nazis, you see Alyssa Milano?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
What did you really though? Did you see her fucking thing?
What are you?
No.
So she posted that she was gonna sell. This is all having to do with Elon Musk and Twitter, right?
Oh, here we go.
But she posted that she's selling her Tesla because she doesn't want to own a car made by a fascist or whatever. And she said she was buying a Volkswagen.
Oh boy,
Brad, do you know who was photographed in the first Volkswagen?
I can fucking guess. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that. I am not even looking at these guys right now. I'm still trying to get the show set up, but I know exactly where this is going.
I don't like it. I love that you start the show and PavDaddy immediately goes to current events. Let me explain something to you, buddy.
180.
So we see enough of this on Twitter.
I don't do any of it.
Pav doesn't tweet.
I don't tweet. I don't watch the news.
Buddy.
So like when I see something, it's because like my buddy Kenny or something was like, dude, did you see this shit? And so then I go down the rabbit hole but like Alyssa Milano's obviously been, she's fucking.
Pav's the same guy though. We broke down, I think, Bowman Draft or Series 1 or something, and he straight up sat up here and said, don't buy into breaks. Go buy fucking singles. Like right on the show. This guy says anything. Hey, that's how you know we're a legit show, though. I mean, honestly, I have no issues with it. The dude, I don't tell him what to say. He doesn't tell me what to say. I just tell him when to shut up.
No, he comes out of left field. What?
Okay, so you guys need to watch that documentary that I was telling you about earlier, because that's going to be something we're going to want to talk about.
When the sports?
The cards, the baseball card documentary.
Yeah. So you did something totally different than what we're doing today, and now we got to go do that so we can play with Pav. Yeah.
Just so you can make fun of Vegas Dave.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck it, Brad. Fuck it. Let's walk away. Let's go watch it right now. Oh my God.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Apparently, we didn't do the right show today. Pav said no. So next week we'll try this again.
You guys got all the numbers. We'll get to your numbers.
Oh my gosh, I got 27 pieces of paper sitting on my desk right now and a spreadsheet. So, folks,
I'm just looking for my fucking pen.
I'm sorry for your first 5 minutes of hanging out with PavDaddy, Keith Francio. I told everybody we're gonna break down Bowman Chrome tonight. So I just want you guys to know Whatever you want to know while we're live, please don't be shy in the comments. I believe the Facebook comments, I can see them. YouTube, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's on YouTube. It doesn't give me a breakdown. But if you're out there and you have questions about specific players or anything, what we're going to talk about as a majority today is just base auto sales for a multitude of reasons. One being that they should be the most common. Two being that there's a lot of players, more than 10, somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 players. I don't have a total. Keith and I broke this all up and then compared all our notes. There's somewhere around 15 players, might plus or minus 5, definitely more than 10, where we haven't seen a base auto surface. So I'm not saying that there's no base autos. I'm not that person to say, hey, the sky's falling down. Even when Topps Chrome got botched, I said until Topps makes an announcement, I'm going to pretend they're in the light boxes. That's what, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Because we went through a weekend, and by the end of the weekend, everyone's looking around going, has anyone seen a J-Rod yet? Like, how many breakers are there? There's so many. I mean, I don't even know if you could put a number on it. Everybody, even if you're not a big breaker, was ripping single or 2 or 3 boxes of Topps Chrome. Everybody's ripping Topps Chrome on release day, especially after the delay, and then nobody shows up. So I'm not saying that these guys don't exist, because all of the prospects, as far as the prospects are concerned, except for one, has all their parallels. We can find cards of them. We can find autographs of them. There's just no base, which is strange. And then usually when that happens, I'd also like to cover this too. Usually when it happens where there's no base autos of a player, the checklist will tell you that. And it's usually the superstars or the better players in the set, because they just sign fewer autos, period. It's strange to see, like, I'll just pull from my list because I know what I'm looking at here. But like Adrian Placencia. Sorry, he's the tongue twister. I picked the wrong guy to talk about. But he has no base auto. His purple we found sold for $80. So, I mean, where's his base going to be? It's not going to be worthless. Austin Schultz, Detroit Tigers, no base. Alexis Hernandez for the Chicago Cubs, no base, none available. Plenty of parallels. You can find the parallels of them, just no base. BJ Murray, also for the Cubs, no base. He had 2 refractor sell, one for $25, one for $67.50. So who the hell knows where his market is? It's just really strange. Denzel Clark for the Athletics, no base, a refractor sold for $34. Dante Williams for the Orioles, no base, an HTA choice, which is a Blue Mojo. If you don't know, I'm here to educate you guys too. A Blue Mojo in Bowman Chrome is called an HTA choice parallel. It's only available in the HTA box. Sold for next to nothing, $20. $28 for a yellow refractor. So the guys, what I'm getting at here, Gavin Stone, Dodgers, no base, tons of speckles. Like, all the autos I saw of him were speckle autos, and they were selling for around 100. But the point I'm getting at here, before we really dive into this, is the fact that these guys with the no base autos, they're not the superstars. So it's almost like a fucking blessing. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah,
like,
true.
Hey, there's all these guys missing that aren't selling for a ton of money, and there's still plenty of guys in the set. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is an amazing set. I actually really enjoyed this product. Having a great time with it. We're having fantastic cases. But the fact that they're not there, or we haven't seen the base autos of these guys, is great, because now it makes the prospects of hitting a better card better. So I don't know where they're at. I talked to another breaker who's much bigger than I am. I just assume with all these base autos being missing that they're going to end up in light boxes. But he told me that, well, light boxes only have black and white autos. And I just said that out loud. I have one box here on hand. So if you guys want to talk for a minute, I'm going to go grab that box. I have it on a shelf, and we'll see if it has any odds or designations on it.
Yeah.
Did you buy any?
I was just gonna ask, but I got one box coming tomorrow. So,
did you get into any breaks?
Oh yeah, ask Brad, who I've been hunting.
All right, Pav, quit talking about Landers. All right.
What?
I don't know. Back to the Bowman Chrome. So there's 5 exclusive black and white mini diamond parallels per box. Okay, you guys can go back to talking about whatever you're talking about.
Now I'm interested to see if does the Bowman black and white mini still come with the auto, or are they just doing that Topps Chrome exclusive? Because that was the.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Keith?
Do they have black white
Yeah.
mini diamond autos?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Those are fire.
They told me they were the only autos in this box are the black white mini diamonds.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to confirm.
Yeah,
Because
those are so nice.
If we can confirm that, then we know for a fact like where the fuck are these base autos of these other guys.
Yeah, the black white mini diamond. I remember I hit that first one. I don't know if it was 1 in 15 boxes out of the Topps Chrome. Oh, that car was gorgeous.
1 and 2, 1 in 253 packs.
Okay.
How many packs we got in here? 10 packs. So 1 in 25 boxes. Holy fuck. Yeah. It's even harder this year.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the kicker. You want to hear the rookie odds? 1 in 934. So that's... Yeah.
934 packs?
Yeah. So 93 boxes.
Hey.
But that's what I've been trying to tell people since last week. I mean, every year. Bowman Chrome rookie autos. So let's just dig into that. So this is the light format. I know people are breaking this shit already. Shame on you fucking assholes. I'm not going to sit around here and not talk shit because I can't break the product before the official release day. So I get to trash talk you for doing so. But I hope you had good hits. Where was I going, Keith? Where
rookie autos.
Rookie autos. Thank you. I got too many papers. The rookie autos, though. Keith did the rookies, and Keith has some terrific data for us, including the fact that he can't find Hunter Green, Bobby Witt Jr., or Spencer Torkelson, or no Bryson Stott either, huh?
No, I couldn't find any. Only Bryson Stott, I think, were the parallels.
So let me tell you who he could find. $4 Luis Heel, $6 Mike Bowman, $10 Kevin Smith. I found him. I've only pulled one Kevin Smith and a Luis Heel Chrome relic auto. So I think I've done seven cases now, 7 or 8.
He's awesome as Silent Bob, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the Kevin Smith, the baseball player, though, is just. So yeah, it's just that's 4 rookies that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
But they're listed as they exist. So the thing with that is, and this is what I said about Topps Chrome and the lack of J-Rod and things like that, is they're literally this is exactly verbatim what I said when everybody started freaking out about Topps Chrome before the announcement. I said it's plausible, it's not likely, but it is absolutely plausible that there's like maybe only 5 copies. And when you have a print run as massive as they are these days across these releases, I mean, what do we estimate? Keith, on some bullshit estimate data that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 cases of this stuff?
Yeah.
Just that's not any official data. That's why we're not talking about it on the show. If I had more data to bring to the table, we would spell it out for you, but I don't. This was just a conversation between me and another businessman, and that's kind of an odds he gave me, and then I ran with those odds to extrapolate it out into a print run. But across 200, if there really was 200,000 cases, and there's only like 10 copies, 10 copies, come on.
Yeah.
It's in there. It might never come out, though.
Yeah, and who knows if someone's going to put it up.
The way
sale
people
right away.
like to hold Bowman and things like that, too.
Yeah.
I think holding wax is so stupid for the redemption purposes of it, but this product, actually, it does have redemptions of good players, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so holding any wax for long term is just ignorant. And then the problem is the wax gets to the point where it's worth as much as that the key players like chase card isn't. Just go buy that guy's card at that point. Don't buy somebody's fucking box. I don't know. I think wax holding is some of the dumbest shit in the game. It's there to get ripped open. I mean, maybe keep like for yourself, but like to hold wax, like cases of wax, like come on, get out of here. Keep a box or something if you want, I guess. But this shit's made to get open. Especially that's why it has redemptions. And I don't like redemptions, but the redemptions have expirations, and I hate that they do. They shouldn't. But Without them, we would have never pulled the finest Ken Griffey Jr. out of a Topps Chrome Silver Pack.
It's true.
Topps Chrome has got to be the best fucking product going right now, and all it does is get cheaper, and I don't understand why. The Silver Pack in that is something that just absolutely has never been seen before. Just never. The cards that are coming out of that, never. Aaron Judge, red rookie. I saw real breaks. The fucking pull Aaron Judge, Bowman Chrome, red rookie refractor autograph. Like, there's been some insane stuff coming out of there. So,
Topps Chrome has been so bad,
but
like,
it's bad every year.
Yeah,
but it's super cheap right now. You can go buy a hobby box for like $150.
Yeah.
A hobby box of Topps Chrome. I don't think you could have bought a hobby box of Topps Chrome in 2017 or 2018 for $150. Might have been right around that, because I remember jumbos in 2017 were $250.
Yeah,
about right after release time, because that's when I started breaking, was towards the end of 17, and that was the first break I ever did, was 2 jumbos of 2017 Chrome, and they were $250 a piece. I bought them from Steel City. I got a little coupon for my next one, and then after I did a few little stupid breaks with just my friends, we figured out, I made some connections. We figured out how to do it. I was late starting breaking then. You know what I mean? People want to talk about the hobby and the boom in 2020 and all that. I was late getting started over 5 years ago now. So everyone that came in after that, it's like, man, I feel for you guys. I tell you everything you want to know, or whatever questions you have, I'll answer them. But it doesn't change anything. It's tough. It's tough to break through. I don't even consider myself broken through. I figure it out, but I'm nowhere near where I'd like to be. But that's all on the product gods, really. How much product can you acquire? And then can you sell it? Instead, they just load you up full of shit product and like, hey, can you sell it? I have so much unlicensed shit sitting on my shelves out there. Like I told the people I deal with, I said, listen, I have to be more careful or it's not going to work out. Like, this is the stuff that's not selling right now. Everybody's got to have something, let's go. Or I'll just go do something else. I've always said that. If I ever stopped breaking, I would just disappear. There would be no farewell. I might make like a post, but I wouldn't do like a big like, hey, this is gonna be it. Like, no way would I ever do that. I saw, and not to speak on misfortune or anything, but I saw Buck City Breaks, who I do not know who they are. They follow me on Twitter. I follow them on Twitter. They have a large Twitter following, and in their Twitter bio it says they're a 2-time Beckett Media Breaker of the Year. Not that I really think Beckett's the greatest company, but I think that's the industry summit vote thing, which is great. So they've won 2 times Breaker of the Year. And their post today, to my understanding, they have 4 employees and they're laying off 2 of them at the end of the year.
Ooh.
Just to give you an inside behind the scenes look, even for a company. And again, I wish these guys nothing but the best. I don't even know them. I'm not speaking badly on them. It's fucking wild, man. A company is established like that. They had 4 full-time employees is what it looks like. They're winning industry awards. They have to be doing something right. And even with that being said, they can't sustain 4 people right now. Like, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough out here. Like, if you have people that you like and they're treating you well, you know what I mean? Like, stick with them because they need it. Like, it's just what it is. The Bowman Chrome response for me has been amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I'm not getting the product for cheap. Like, I'm paying for it, but just the fact that I can fill the cases, it's great. Great. Yep. For the time period we're in. These cases are, just in terms of sales revenue, you sell 1 case of Bowman Chrome, that's what, 3 mixers that would take you 4 days each to fill will bring you in a day. So sometimes it's more about just pumping numbers, especially to like Fanatics and Tops. They want to see numbers. Like, they care about dollars. They don't care about profit. So like, sometimes I got to make a little money. So we do a cheaper mixer because I know it'll fill. Sometimes that's how that works. But anyway, that's why this show is called the Underground Runaround, folks. We talk about everything here. And sometimes we talk about what we told you we were going to talk about. So what do you got? Keith, do you have any big takeaways, dude? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just looking at it, some really did surprise me. I was looking at it. I think you mentioned it first with the some only being parallels, right? We didn't see any base autos. That kind of threw me for a loop. And then once we got to those rookie autos, so when I didn't see like torque and stuff like that, that kind of was a little surprising to me.
They're so rare to me. I don't even care. I don't even care if
Yeah,
they're not in
true.
there. They're
It's
so
true.
fucking rare every year historically, just always. Like I said, I think I've done 6 or 7 cases. I've only pulled 2, maybe 3 rookie autos. Maybe there's a third. I think I just forget, but like 1 every 2 cases or something like that. It's hard.
Yeah,
So the people that are paying these stupid ass prices for J Rod and all these Wander and these other rookies, but most specifically J Rod, because the Mariners don't have really any great prospects. They have like one that sells okay, but the Mariners don't have anyone else besides J Rod. So if you're doing HTA and you're paying stupid money for the Mariners, I ate the Mariners over the weekend for that fact. I realized I made a mistake. I just copied and pasted the prices after I listed the case. I'm like, shit, this is HTA. There's nothing. There's really nothing in there for the Mariners. I'm like, well, I'll just pull them because it's like, what's the likelihood of hitting a rookie auto? You're gonna hit the $4 Luis Heel before you hit the $1,200 Julio Rodriguez. But Keith did find a Julio Rodriguez or 2, so that is good. He is in there. Wander is in there. Ronzi and O'Neal Cruz are in there as well. So the top tier guys are, except Bobby Witt. And I don't know how people value Bryson Stott. I really have no idea. It seems like he's like a middle of the road guy, and I think that they didn't win the World Series. I don't think that helps them. Pena has rookies in the hobby format as well for the Astros. Another rookie that no one really talks about. And if you hit those guys in some of these breaks, it could be nice little sneaky pickups for you. But the Phillies are expensive, so there's no doubt about it. The Phillies are going to be going up tenfold in my pick your team pricing, just based on the data you sent me with Bergola.
Yeah,
being way higher than I imagined. I mean, Bergola was the 4th overall international guy, according to the show we did last week. Ricardo Cabrera for the Reds is the 3rd overall international guy, and Bergola is outselling him 3-1 in pricing.
Was there anybody else you were really surprised at the values they're getting?
No, man. I think we were pretty much dead on the show last week. I think we did really well in assessing this. Not so much. We didn't assess the market, and we did get one comment on YouTube. Some guy told me I completely missed the mark on something. I actually want to bring that up because it was some prospector channel, and they didn't respond to my comment, but I I basically said not everybody's perfect. I think something to that effect. But what did he say? Published. Is it going to show me? I don't know how to work YouTube. I apologize.
I did pull up, so just while we're talking about
Go ahead.
the Bergolas, right? So I have it pulled up, and right now, he does have like a redemption. Most of his cards are redemption, so heads up. All his autos look like they're redemption, and then his color, even like a fuchsia at a 199, that's sold for $47, which is not bad. Red shimmer, $650 for a red shimmer.
Yeah.
So that's real money.
The shit that I really don't understand though is the Ricardo Cabrera. So this guy, I don't remember what I said in the thing. I was talking about Cabrera was going to be more expensive than Mercedes for the Twins, and he should be by the thing I'm by. So here's the thing, and I think this is what the prospects are us 282. This is the guy. So I think this is what he missed about the whole show and anything in general about the Underground Runaround. We don't give a fuck about what things sell for when we're talking about baseball players or when we're talking about athletes. When we're analyzing players, we're never talking about dollars and cents. What I was referring to is what my assumption of, and I guess I didn't make that clear, what I assumed the market would do. I was assuming. So, the ass out of you and me, whatever. That wasn't me saying Ricardo Cabrera is going to be this, because there's 5 years of me being live on camera saying if you ever try to make sense of how the singles market works, you're going to drive yourself insane because it doesn't make sense. That's so I make, whenever I throw numbers out like that, I guess for future reference, it's in relation to what I forecast for the singles market based on what I know about the hobby. So sure, I missed a mark on that. So yeah, they're even. But what's stupid is why? Why is that? The Reds are not a big market. The Phillies are a bigger market than the Reds. But Bergola, being a comparable prospect, why does he sell for 3 times as much? That's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Because even the guys like Cabrera sells for what the guys in the 8 to 15 range are selling for. Why is he so low? I don't know. But that's the biggest takeaway. But as far as like folks that are selling for good money that we didn't talk about last week, I don't think there's anybody that's selling for good money that we didn't go over. I think some of our sleepers, I had a few sleepers. I think they're all cemented by the data we have as really good sleepers because they're not like scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of the cheapest prospects, but they're not in those top tier pricing. So there are some guys. The Vera, the pitcher from the White Sox, he sold really well. You did him.
Yep.
I saw him on your sheet somewhere.
Yeah.
$42 for a base pitcher auto. Come on.
Yep.
That's why he was the only pitcher included on my list. He has a 70 overall scouted fastball. I mean, whether he can put some movement on it or locate it, if he doesn't Hunter Green his fastball to the plate, it's going to be really effective if he throws it straight down the middle or just straight as an arrow like Hunter Green does a lot. Who knows? I'm not knocking Hunter Green, but that's just a guy who throws a really hard fastball but still gets hit around. The other sleepers I had, Dalen Lyle for the Nationals. He's basically a complimentary hit because you're not buying the Nationals for him. He's their third option. So the Nationals have 2 killers, 2 of the top 10 base auto sellers on the same team. I mean, the Nationals are the squad. They're that squad. So to have a guy like Dalen Lyle is like a security blank. He's like your fucking tight end for a rookie quarterback as far as breaks go.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fantastic tight end to have. You're talking about some Tony Gonzalez type shit. So I love him as a sleeper because you're going to hit him a lot not even chasing him. He's like a passive hit chase, it's great. So with the data that we have, the Nationals will probably increase in my pricing. Like I said, the Phillies are going to go up. The Mariners are going to come down. There's going to be some sweeping adjustments. The Reds are going to go down. I think the Yankees are going to go up. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Goodness.
I'm selling Roderick Arias as fast as I can.
Oh yeah, me too. 100%. We said this last week. I said it doesn't matter what I say right here on the show. The dude's still going to sell. I mean, we dogged him.
He's selling hot.
Yeah. So Choreo, let's just break this down real quick. Choreo is the top selling base auto. Let me also, this is a terrible comparison. This is an apples to oranges comparison, but you might be able to create a formula in your mind to make this make sense. So in 2020, and again, I'm using fucking years ago products, but 2020 Bowman's Best, Jason Dominguez was the top guy. His base auto sold for $200. There was like 2 other guys. There was only 3 guys that sold for $200. And I say all of that because 2020 Bowman's Best hobby boxes were insanely expensive. They were close to $400. They were more expensive than these Bowman Chrome boxes are. So at that time, just where the hobby was, you're paying a lot for a little in terms of what you could hit. And I mean, people were happy with the base Dominguez. Yep. I mean, that was a great hit. It was a great looking card too, because the rookies in that set, the base set of those cards aren't so great. The autos are kind of nice. Is one of my lesser favorite years of Bowman's Best, and that's one of my favorite products. I still like 2020, no doubt about it, but
yeah,
it's a terrific set. But in this set here, we have lots of guys that are selling for lots of money, and just to stamp that out, so I'm saying Dominguez, $200 for a base auto in a $400 a box, $350 $400 box product. We come over here into 2022. We got base autos of the top guy in a product where the boxes are under. I mean, I'm doing my breaks right around $300 a box, which is pretty fucking good. I know that much. When you factor in the 2% you get for loyalty rewards, the 3% in merchant fees, and the 4% it costs just in postage, not materials, that I do not charge customers for. I don't charge for shipping. It's 4% of my business plus the materials and the labor. So basically 10% before you ever do anything. It's all eaten off the top. But we have Chorio. His base auto sells for $550 right now, and I mean numerous. We even have one at $650. I mean, it's selling. It's not like it's just up there. It's selling. And that's huge. That's a huge hit. And the kicker is the Brewers in most people's breaks are under 350. I mean, that's a fucking steal, in my opinion. And really, I'm gonna challenge that. I think I'm gonna raise the Brewers. They should be more, because when you break it down, if you hit a Chorio, and yeah, your chances of hitting a Chorio aren't great. And everyone's pulled a few of everyone. Your chances of hitting any of these top guys are not great. So the fact that you could pull one Chorio and make money, whereas you can pull, let's just use a different, so like the Rockies. I'm doing the Rockies like 125. You could pull Fernandez, who's their top dog. He's selling around $90. It doesn't even cover the spot for the base auto of Fernandez. Now, granted, I've pulled more Fernandez than I have Chorio, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. That doesn't mean I know the print run. So what does that mean for me as far as pricing goes? That means I'm literally underpricing the Brewers at $325, I think is where I am at with them, or $330. And I'm overpricing the Rockies. In a perfect world, in my opinion, breakers don't have to agree with me. Some breakers might laugh in my face. I don't give a shit. I'm probably doing better business practices. And I feel good about what I do, and I sleep easy at night, and I don't rip people off. It's just like you start talking, and you just absolutely forget what the hell it is that you were talking about. So, Keith, I'm going to need you to help me out here.
Well, I got you. All right, so I got you.
Yes.
I got to.
Oh, okay. No. I got. We're back. The brain has reset, so everybody can laugh now. So, like,
unbelievable.
In a perfect world, all the team's best base auto hit should cover the spot price of the team. That's my ideal scenario for breaks. It's always been that way. Obviously, that's not going to happen with like a lot of the bottom tier teams, especially in Bowman. In other products, you can cover that $20 to $30 team because, like, yeah, you might hit an auto and it might be only $10, but you're going to get a shit ton of base cards to go with it, and you're going to get the shipping for free and all that. So the cheaper teams, I don't sweat too much about that payoff. But when you start talking about the $100+ teams, you really want their base autos, at least their best players' base auto to cover the spot. That's an ideal scenario, and the way these numbers are, it's very possible. I'm gonna sit down in the lab and price things up tomorrow, see what happens. But I imagine if I get too far out of line with what the community has deemed acceptable pricing, then I won't sell some teams. So that's where you can go look at comps in the eBay market and stuff like that and go, well, the Brewers are only selling for this. And I didn't look up what anything is selling for, like, break-wise on eBay. I don't care. But that's what I get a lot. To be like, hey, will you take this for the team because this is what they're worth? Like, no. No, because that's not how I priced them. Yeah. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, sometimes I admit, I make an error. Everybody makes errors. When you make all the decisions, you're responsible for making errors. So if you price one team wrong, it could throw the whole balance of the fill out of whack. So
yeah. So looking at some of these Chorios real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You want to talk about big money, right?
Yeah, we got.
So a gold shimmer sold today, $3,300. I
have a gold shimmer non-auto from Spring Bowman. I need to get to PSA.
Yeah, that's a big card. Speckles are selling for over $1,400. Just a speckle.
That's terrific.
Yep, and there's more than one comp on that thing. That's crazy.
All that means is the Brewers are too cheap in everyone's break. and I'm not trying to kill it for the consumer. I'm sorry, but that's all I get out of that data. That's what goes off of my brain. And then you go to the second guy, Roderick Arias, in terms of sales. I mean, we told you. I told you. Everyone told you that was on this podcast that this guy ain't that. This guy ain't that money. $449, $399, and $430 for some base autos of Roderick. I had a mediocre pro debut, but I'm the number one international overall prospect, and I play for the Yankees. Arias. I mean, I sat here and told you guys this, but I did pull a gold shimmer non-auto on release day, and it is up on consignment. So if you wanna buy a beautiful gold shimmer from a nice customer of mine, make sure you get your bids in on that orange shimmer Roderick Arias, but then sell it afterwards, because why is he this much money? So there's a number one. Yeah, okay. But let's extrapolate this even further. Ricardo Cabrera is the number 3 guy. Just two measly spots below him, but is in a tiny market and sells for a quarter of what Arias sells for. It's silly. That's what makes the market silly. I'm also not saying that the ranking is indicative of the price either. But when you're dealing with teenaged kids, these are fucking teenage kids. These aren't grown men. These aren't even full-on adults, most of them. They're still awkward, lanky dudes who haven't filled out yet. And I'm not dogging them. But when they're all awkward, lanky dudes... Pav, get that shit off the screen. It's really hard to say who's better than who. Like, 2020 Bowman. You had a clear-cut. Bobby Witt Jr. was your guy. Who else am I missing? Dominguez. Dominguez and Bobby Witt Jr. The guy they threw in out of nowhere, number 3, was Robert Puason for the Oakland Athletics.
Huge.
Everyone was chasing that guy. That Robert Puason. So, for those of you that don't know, I started in late 17. I didn't really get into I'm still not into prospecting, but this is part of my job, so I'm here to... I just want to inform people and educate you guys. I love player development, though. I was a former collegiate player and turned down an indie contract. Life started for me. I wasn't gonna make the pros, so we had to move on. Fuck, I did it again. I'm having a bad day with the memory. Holy, I'm having like Alzheimer's. Yeah, Puason. But so 2020 Puason, I started watching prospect film. I'm not fucked up or nothing either. That's the worst part about it. I just literally have no short-term memory. It sucks. I hate it. I start talking, and 5 seconds before I forgot what I was saying, I already knew. And my brain's trying to figure out what to say in the meantime. So I start watching film on Puason. It's fucking horrible. I'm watching this guy take batting practice as like he's just a lanky kid. And people are telling me they've watched film on him. He's great because I bet if you go watch some of those 2020 Bowman breaks I did, I bet they're embarrassing. I was probably really tired, talking mad shit, completely unhinged, working 80 to 90 hours. I mean, people don't know. If you don't know me, you have no idea how much I put into this hobby before I started taking from it. So I'm watching people tell me that Puason's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm watching this kid bat going, there's no fucking way. 3 months later, he's not even in the Athletics top 30 prospect list. And he was like third. He like shot up into their shit at number 3, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I'm just like, this kid struggles. Like, just his swing is not very good. You know, he's probably he looked like he's still growing. He was real lanky. I'm like, hey, good for him. He got a ton of money to sign, but he doesn't look like that dude. And if professional scouts think that he's that dude, and I don't think so, what are we doing? Who knows? That's literally all it means. I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying I should be a professional scout. I'm just saying nobody fucking knows. You don't know if these guys are going to be any good. So when you get to these, and it's just a Bowman Chrome, because the draft guys are generally a little more polished. They've been playing baseball longer, and some of them have played some really good competition. They just use the different bats and all of that. So it's wild that a number 1 and a number 3 guy in a group of young teenage kids can vary that much in price. I mean, we're talking 4 times. Arias, the number 1 guy, sells for 4 times more than the number 3 guy. The number 4 guy sells for 3 times more than the number 3 guy. So it's weird. Like, why? Because a guy above and below sell for more than that guy. So who just said, is that just because there's no Reds fans? Like, is that what it is? Like, should we all be buying Ricardo Cabrera right now? Like, is this the conversation we should have? You know, is he a sleeper? Because even at $90, even at $90, is that a sleeper price? I don't know. It's interesting. That's all. That's all this conversation is meant to be. It's just a conversation. I'm not saying anyone's right. I'm not saying anyone's wrong. Let's just talk about what's going on right now. Just talk this out. It's interesting, man. It's very interesting. What else, man? Samuel Zavala for the Padres. The Padres have some hits, man.
Great prices with him.
Jackson Merrill at 160.
Stud.
We knew about Jackson Merrill, though, so he's not anyone new to us. Zavala, I wrote in my notes. I told you he was the most interesting guy.
Yeah, and he's selling.
Yeah, he's already the Padres' number 5 prospect. I put this as a huge chase player.
Yeah,
put him as he's my guy.
Yeah. When
I did all my research last week on these kids, he was one of my top 5, no doubt about it. I love the guy, and he's not where did I lost him? He's not selling for a ton. He's selling well. Let's see. He's somewhere in the neighborhood of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's somewhere around 8th or 9th in price. So where he's selling is not where I value him. I value him much higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. That's now that we have all these numbers, I might take it a step further and break it down into some rankings and some graphics or something like that. But it's very interesting. So I don't know what else we can say without just naming everybody, and I guess we can do that. I did note that on your notes, you had a lot of question marks around Mason Hour for the Rays, but he's a pretty decent dude. He was a draft guy, so he's just getting his first autos. That's all that is. Even though I don't believe his card has a first on it. Merrill doesn't have a first. Brady House doesn't have a first. But then guys, and I mean, is that only because it's a different year's release? Like, is that the difference? Are there any draft guys that have a first? Because I know Chorio does, but he was in spring Bowman this year. So, you know what I mean? There's there's a handful of international spring Bowman guys, like Colas for the White Sox had his autos in Bowman in the spring. Now he's getting his first base cards. So, like, there's some of that going on. The flip-flop back and forth, whether it's they missed the auto or they missed the base. Triantos for the Cubs, a kid I really like as a high school prospect. He had his first autos in Bowman spring. Now he's got his first base cards. So things like that. It is going on. And I think that's why I favor the hobby format a little more, just because it's more well-rounded for the case. The HTA is the boom or bust approach.
Yeah.
So if that's, and that's what makes it great, though, because you have your 2 different styles. If you're more conservative, even as a participant in breaking, which is strange to say because people that like to break like action, but if you're a collector, if you break because you're a collector, the hobby format 100% is the way to go. If you like to risk it for the biscuit, HTA, baby. HTA. Plus, it's way less work for me. What's up? What's up?
How many boxes are in that HTA case?
They're both 12 in either format. HTA is 3 autos, no base. Hobby's 2 autos and base cards. Yeah. So you have more chances to pull superfractors and stuff in the hobby, too.
Yeah.
Still, light comes out tomorrow. It does come out tomorrow. We got a box right here. So we were talking about how many guys are missing base autos. They cannot be in the slight box. The slight box only shows pack odds for black and white mini diamond autos. No other autos. So I don't know. I think that helps the product, though. Like, if those guys never surface, great. That just makes the odds better for us. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they felt the need. They didn't need those guys to sign. And like we said earlier in the show, it's more obscure guys than, like, is there any big name guys that are missing an auto outside the rookies? There are rookies missing though, no doubt about it. No doubt
Yeah,
about it.
that kid from the Cubs. I don't know how good.
Oh yeah. Jesus, Hernandez's brother, Alexis
Yeah.
Hernandez. Yeah.
And then Toronto, Messia.
Yeah, he's missing completely. So I don't
Yeah,
know
he
if we
has
touched on
nothing.
this, but Victor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Victor Messia for the Blue Jays, MIA completely. No autos anywhere.
Nothing.
So we haven't seen one. And again, we're not saying they don't exist, but I can't give you the same logical. There might only be 5 copies because there's no fucking colors.
Yeah.
There's no colors to be had. So you got 18 different superfractors now, 37 different reds, 14 oranges, 12 yellows, 6 golds. I mean, fucking, there's 3 or 4 oranges now. I mean, you have so many different parallels. We should have seen a card by now. That's all. So, again, that's not a guy I'm interested in chasing anyway, so I'm not upset that he's not shown up. It just makes the odds to hit one of these top 10 guys better. All these guys, these 10, 15, 20 guys that are missing base autos, you can't even be upset about it unless you're specifically trying to chase that guy. Because it's just going to make these good ones better to hit, man. The good ones better to hit. You have anything you want to add to that? Anybody? Bueller?
Yeah.
So Chorio's number 1. So I'll do the numbers again. Chorio 550, base autos only. That's all we're talking about, base autos. Chorio's 550, Arias 450, roughly 449. Then we go to Bergola. So that's the shocker of the day for me. That is the shocker. Bergola is the 3rd best selling prospect auto at 335. Just pretty nuts. Then we have Vaquero might be next. It should be on my part of the sheet. It is. It's Christian Vaquero at 4 for the Nationals. Then we're going to go 5 Jackson Merrill for the Padres. 6 is Brady House for the Nationals. Again, doesn't have the first designation, but it's his first auto, and he's the 6th best seller currently. And these are all as of today, but the specific comp might not be from today. They're just recently. Yep. Mine, I just went through and did numbers on average of like a handful, especially some of the cheaper guys. There's handfuls of $5, $10, $20 people we don't really even need to go over unless anyone watching wants to specifically ask about a player. We do have the data. Now in no particular order, Anthony Gutierrez for the Rangers. I was high on him. He's only at 105. I mean, I'm sure that's a great price for Texas, really. But I liked him a lot. Ceddanne Rafaela, surprisingly low, in my opinion, at 100. I thought he would be higher.
Yeah.
So he's a sleeper, dude. I love the Red Sox. They have lots of hits. I feel good about where the price is. I've seen people drop their price. The Red Sox have some players, though. The lists we have, folks, are in alphabetical order of the first name. They're not broken down by team. So it's a little more difficult for me to navigate through it if we're talking about specific teams. But Ceddanne Rafaela is a huge surprise to see him only sell for $100. He had just a mammoth whale whopper of a minor league season. After that, though, we have Zavala for the Padres, right around $100. Yasser Mercedes, 120. Told you guys. Yes, sir. Ricardo Cabrera, right around $92 or so for the Reds. Yanquiel Fernandez for the Rockies. He's sitting around $90 on average, and we told you he was another guy with another monster minor league season. Gotta watch him build off that. Samuel Munoz is a little low for me for the Dodgers. $81, $90, somewhere in there. And then it drops off a little bit. Then you pretty well are into the no, I'm sorry. Jason Chorio. $80, we'll say, on average for the Guardians. So he's riding the little brother coattails. So we will see. How do you feel? Well, this isn't a how you feel show tonight, Tom. How do you feel about Brandon Mezquita and Cal Conley for the Braves? I don't know how I feel about those guys. I'm not prepared to tell you that. I can tell you dollars and cents, though. That's what I can tell you. That's the best I can do. So, Tom, what we know about Brandon Mezquita, $23. Some are higher, some are lower. Base auto. So we sell them for a $20 auto is a respectable auto, especially for a Braves team in this product that's not very expensive. Cal Conley, though, we've seen him. Was he?
He was a 21 draft.
Yeah, he was a draft guy.
I don't know if he has autos in this. I'm not sure.
He does. He does.
Okay.
Yeah. $20. He's selling for $20. So again, another $20 guy. So those are That's respectable.
Yeah,
20
it's
and
not
up.
bad.
20 and up is a respectable auto for me. As far as the product goes, because if you just want to talk, De Jesus for the Dodgers 15, Ovalle for the Rays 12, Pinheiro $5 auto for the Brewers, Sagasti $9, Braxton Fulford for the Rockies 5 for a redemption, 10 if it's live. That's what I was seeing. Colin Burns $5 dude, Cam Cauley for the Rangers is a $5 guy. I mean, there's a lot of Drew Baker $7 for the Rays. McElvany for the Red Sox is only $10. I'm pretty sure we talked about him. I'm pretty sure I have him on my list somewhere. I don't know why that name stuck out to me so bad. But I could.
Was he a spring Bowman guy too? He was, right?
I don't know.
I think he was.
That name is in my head and I can't remember why.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find all the Boston dudes. I had Sedon. I felt like I had a lot of Red Sox dudes last week. Yes, sir. Ricardo, Arias. Oh, Edinson Paulino. Where are we at on Edinson Paulino? $50. So Edinson Paulino's around $50. I had him. I pulled an orange wave of him. Breakout season. He had a good season in 2022.
Yeah.
But McElvany. Man, I felt like I had... apparently this McElvany name is just in my head for no reason.
I don't know. I didn't know if he had autos or not in spring, but I'm pretty sure he was a spring guy.
What's your take on the True Blue? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's get that up there. What's your take on the True Blue? You think they just screwed up and put the mojo from the mega boxes into hobby? No, Stu. So actually, we talked about this a little bit ago. Those blues that you're talking about, they're not mojos. They are. I mean, I'm not telling you they're not. But in Bowman Chrome every year, it's called an HTA Choice Parallel. That's all it's called. It's not called a blue HTA Choice. No, the HTA Choice is a blue mojo.
Yeah.
But that's technically what it's called as far as Bowman Chrome goes. So no, that they have the blue ray waves as well. The fact that there's no true blue, I think, is absolutely silly. I don't know why. I wish they would say why, because they added some things to this year's edition of Bowman Chrome. So
True Blue was always big money too.
Exactly. Yeah,
True.
it sells.
True Blue, man. I don't
That's
know.
weird.
I love the inclusion of the new parallels. I fucking love it. Lavas, ray waves, mini diamonds, a rose gold shit. I don't care. Let me have it. It's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous. These vapors they came up with for this, I don't know. I'm not wild about them. I think they're stupid. They look cool, but I think they're stupid because I don't know what makes it a vapor. It's literally a grid and tilted. Like it's a square grid they put on the card, tilted it and changed the color. Like what the fuck is that? Give me the lavas or something. It's less busy. You know what I mean? I think it would cater more to traditional people who like missionary only and like things to be all the same way. You know, so like you have your square, plain Jane, boring ass grid, and it's a different color. So the missionary only people are like, "Fuck, cards lit, bro." You know, so I don't know. I don't get it. The vapors are dumb, and then they combine some of the dumbest colors on planet Earth to make these vapors. The pink fuchsia one is like almost indistinguishable. Then you have like a yellow orange thing. The red fucking.
Blaze Jordan, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about it. Shout out to SGC, by the way. We will briefly talk about this. I didn't plan on it, but we will. So SGC on Instagram posted a Blaze Jordan red aqua vapor slabbed in a SGC slab, and it said it was a red refractor. Well, last night, my only Instagram is Underground Case Breaks. I don't have a personal Instagram. I just commented on there. I'm like, red. I knew exactly what it was because I had to look it up. Red/aqua, all one word, no space. Refractor. I'm like, that's cool. I put some little flame emojis. They didn't say anything. Then this morning, somebody else was like, hey, this is the wrong card, but I could see how you messed it up. I replied to that dude's comment. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. There's no way you can see how they messed this up. I'm like, it's their job to know the cards. They graded it. Yeah, it's your job. It's the same way I know that it's not what it is because it's my job to know that. So I said it, and I didn't say it mean. And the guy, some guy from SGC, not like the account, not the official SGC account. It was like SGC Pete or something. Gave me a whole paragraph, owning up to it. I'm like, man, that accountability shit turns me on. I love that. Love the accountability. You can't do any better. You fucked up. Everyone fucks up. And I gave him the PG version. I'm like, everyone makes mistakes, but here on my show, we all fuck up. So
let me ask you guys something.
Hang on, let me finish. You
You
fuck up.
fucking
It's not
long-winded motherfucker.
how you fuck up. It's how you fix it. And I mean, they did. They could have just deleted that post.
Yeah.
How easy for it would be like, oh, we deleted the post, we fixed the slab.
Did they fire the fucking grader?
No, they said they had a meeting. He's like our people identified it wrong. They slabbed it wrong. The QA, he's like he owned up. He's like, we've messed this up bad. And then my dig at them was, I'm like, not only do they not know what they're grading, they fucking flexed it on Instagram like it was a badass card. I'm like, you're flexing a card that you guys fucking graded poorly. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, it says Pete is the president of SGC. So there you go. Shout out to Pete. Do you know his last name? Shout out to Pete in SGC. Love that guy. Peter Steinberg.
Steinberg, yeah.
100% stand-up classy gentleman.
So he did take that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
100%.
Good for him.
They left it up. They didn't delete it. They owned up to it. They apologized. They said they already fixed it. Hey, that's all you could do. It didn't leave the property. Fix it. No big deal. That's not a big deal. The worst thing they did was post it on their own social media. It just makes them look ignorant.
I wish they didn't get rid of that slab case. You could have been like, yo, can I get that slab case? The wrong one. You know
What I want is for them to slab this. So did you guys see, have you guys seen one of these? This is a blank refractor.
That's just a fractor.
It's just a refractor, dude. It's just this is a true silver. This is the silver refractor. So what happened? This was the second case we did, I believe. I pulled it out live. I got the video, and we all agreed and like, let's randomize it. I wasn't in the break. I just was like, I want this card. So the guy that ended up winning it on the random told me I could keep it. I'm like, oh, dude, thanks a bunch. But I saw the SGC was, and this is before the SGC issue we saw here. This is before the SGC thing. They are doing a promotion with Topps for all 2022 Bowman. I'll pump their promo because I was so impressed by their accountability. $9 cards grading with SGC Bowman Chrome. So send your Bowman Chromes to SGC, I guess. If they fuck your slab up, they'll fix it. You know what I mean? But I posted this somewhere. I'm like, would you guys grade this? I mean, look at it. You can see it from back here without as much reflection. Like, it's just a refractor front. It's completely blank with a white back. Like the old blank back 101s you could buy at the test cards or whatever. But yeah, that's a refractor. And then I saw a few other people said they have seen them. So somewhere they cut a whole sheet of blank refractors and threw them into packs.
That's so awesome.
I got one. I wonder if any have come up on eBay. I don't think so, but how do you look that up? I don't even know how you would even try to find it. How could you sell it? Nobody would believe you.
Look up the most ridiculous thing, like super error, ultra rare, only one on eBay. Some tool that's gonna list it like it's the greatest thing on earth. They always do that crap.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a hold of this Peter guy and see if he'll slab this card for me. I'll pump SGC to the moon for free. I don't care. I want to put this in a case. I told the guy, I said I want it forever. I don't want to sell it. I don't care if it's worth money. I don't care if, I mean, like, so what? I pulled it. Who pulls that? Anybody else pull one of these? Oh, how many people could say that? I pulled the fucking magic lottery ticket. Like, here it is. It doesn't do anything, and I don't win any prizes, but
yeah.
I'll never pull another one of these. That's cool. Stuff you don't do every day is always cool. Pav, what were you gonna ask us?
Based on
Ooh.
your guys' research
Yes.
of where this stuff is selling, and we'll just do top 10 selling points, like price wise. Who's the best investment for you guys?
Oh, 100%. What I say? I think my boy Munoz is low. Munoz on the Dodgers is low. I think Zavala's low. I think Rafael is low.
Top 10. Those guys top 10.
Top 10
Value.
for what?
Value right now, selling price.
Very close. Munoz might be like 11 or 12. But yeah, Zavala and Rafael are both around $100. They're right at the bottom of the top 10.
Jackson Merrill.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's at 160.
Yeah,
he's around 5 or so.
And when you think about like
Him and Brady House are two guys with no first designations that are selling really well.
the Churrillo, like what his is selling for, I mean, when you think about like a Juan Soto base auto 2016 Bowman Chrome and what it sells for,
What is it now?
like $1,000.
I stopped looking because they got so cheap. Everything got so cheap. I just stopped paying attention. I'm like, just tell me when they go up again.
It's so crazy the value that like these fucking prospects have, mainly the top guys, right? That they have out the fucking gate before they have any kind of proven. It's pretty wild.
Zach, hey man, that's a great question. What's the best teams investment wise to break with? That depends on a million things, dude. So I'm not an investment advisor. Just perfectly state that. I don't want the responsibility of telling you I told you something. I'll tell you the data. You make the decision. So like I said, I love the Red Sox. If you can get the Red Sox for the right price, I think Rafaela, his base auto selling for around $100. I think it's too low. I think if he has another good year in the minors, he could very well be with the Red Sox next year, and you never know once you get to the big leagues. But they have other guys too. Edinson Paulino for the Red Sox as well sells for around 50, and then they have that other guy who I swore I knew and I don't. So they have a couple guys I like. The Rockies are a good buy with Fernandez if you can get someone that underprices the Rockies just because they're Colorado. Like, oh, Colorado, small market. Fernandez sells really well. And we knew that. Him and Rafaela, as far as the autos in this product are concerned, had the best minor league seasons, statistically speaking. Outside of that, if you can get the Cardinals cheap.
Cardinals, yep.
The Cardinals are a huge deal. Because there's one guy I missed.
Was that Mejia?
No, I had Mejia. Yeah. I had Mejia on the list. So I liked Mejia. And I
pulled a couple auto. Oh, Cho sells for
like
20 or $40 or something. I forget what it was, but he sells for more than I thought.
He sells for like a couple dollars more than what Jonathan Mejia sells for. So they both sell around $45 to $50 for their base,
which is
autos.
Great.
Fantastic. Two guys that sell well on a team that's not a top tier team. I didn't talk about Cho at all last week, but I still don't feel like we missed him. Because there's other guys too, like Reed Trimble is selling well for Baltimore. I didn't really touch on him, but we can maybe next week I can do some figure out who these guys are. But I have no idea who Juan Bin Cho is, but I have pulled some really nice hits of him. And Mejia, like I said, Mejia was borderline sleeper territory for me. As he was the 14th overall international player, but I wrote on the thing I like him more than a lot of his peers, that are ranked higher. So long term, I like Mejia. Shane says Cho's ETA to the big leagues is 2028. Well, he must be what? 12
there's one of the really good kids too was like 2027 or something like that.
Yeah, that's
one
because
of the
they're
top five.
so
They're 16,
young.
17 years old.
They're so young. How are you going to sit here and talk about what this guy's going to do when they don't even have their full muscle mass yet? You don't know what the hell they're going to do. You have no clue. You're just talking out of your ass like the rest of us. That's why I only like to talk in numbers. Like, let's just talk numbers. Because numbers make sense. Everything else is just our opinions. And I'm okay with sharing my opinion. I absolutely have them, but I'm not here to influence you with them. I don't want to. I'll keep my opinion to myself. Don't buy Mejia. I don't like him long term. He's a
The
Cardinal.
other thing, and the
Go
other
Cubs,
thing, when,
go.
when
Go
like
ahead.
he asked about like investment and stuff like that, you also have to look at who else on that team is in that set. It's not just about autos, because you can make
100%.
a couple bucks back easy
100%.
on refractors. Like,
Yep.
so that is a big thing. And you've pulled a lot of nice color, right? You're
There's
pulling
been
at least
there's been
two
some
out of
great
each.
color in the hobby.
Yeah, absolutely.
No
So
doubt.
that's another
Especially
thing.
when
That's
you
how I
do
look at it.
just doing a whole case.
Yep.
Like, yeah, not every box is going to have good color, but over the course of a case, you're going to get 5, 10, maybe even 15 really nice players.
Yeah.
And in a serial numbered parallel, which is what I dig. Shane says Cho has more pop than Mejia. I don't give a fuck when they're both 12 years old. That's my whole point of what we're doing. You can say he has more pop than whoever you want. It doesn't matter. Talk to me in 2 years when they've both figured out how to hit the weight room. We'll see then. I don't know. They're little kids, man. They're babies. They're babies. I could sit here at 32 years old and call them babies. Old man now.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
I haven't even started the injections yet.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming. It's just who's gonna get caught. I mean, that's human nature, man. Some guy, and I mean, I think the saucing and roids and stuff comes from like a, I need to have the mental confidence. I think that's the biggest thing about steroids, especially as far as baseball players go. Those are not top flight, mentally strong people, I feel like. And maybe that's not true, but it's either that or doing steroids makes their confidence like through the roof. You know, they know like I'm better than you because I'm cheating like a motherfucker. I ain't been caught yet. Anyway, do we have anything else? What else do we got? Stadium Club on Friday. As far as baseball goes, there's some other releases this week, but I like baseball the best. I think Absolute Football comes out. I don't think I'm getting any, which is strange. This is the stuff I was looking for. I just enjoy getting to the break, so I look for the best teams for the best price. No, absolutely, Zach, you have to. That's your job as a consumer, is to shop around and find the best prices, or the place that treats you the best and has good service. Underground Case Breaks, we're awesome. I guess let's just look, man. Is there any other like value buys, Keith? I think the Mets are a great buy. I don't mean to dime your Mets out.
No,
like
they
that.
are. Yeah.
Simone Juan for the Mets. Where's he at? Simone Juan selling for in the neighborhood of $60 for a base auto.
Yeah.
And the Mets aren't expensive for a lot of people.
I think you have them priced around there. So it's
Thomas. Where did we get all these smart, intelligent fucking people in the chat? When's draft coming? When's Bowman draft coming, Thomas? What do you know that I don't know?
Well, Thomas knows all. I heard about draft too.
I'm just mad because he's telling me to go fill a break that I don't buy the teams. I don't buy the teams. The consumers buy the teams. I do.
There was
break.
a couple teams.
I host the
still...
break. Were they? I think it's down to like 5 or 6.
There were some good teams left. The last time I checked, that was
that's always the biggest. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if there's 5 teams left, or if there's 10 teams left. If there's one of the most expensive teams left, that's to me it's $1. Like, how many more dollars need to sell before the product is sold? I don't look at it as teams. Yeah. There could be one team left that's $500 or 10 teams left that's $20. I feel better about having the 10 teams left to sell. You know, personally, that's just how I operate. But I don't know a damn thing about Bowman Draft. I haven't seen an order form. I haven't seen a damn thing about Bowman Draft. Nothing.
Lighter, maybe. Kumar Rocker.
Thomas said a couple weeks.
I wonder if they'll be in it.
There's no way. Who, Kumar?
Kumar and Lighter?
I don't know about Leiter. At this point, who cares about like by the time he gets his auto, he's gonna be in the big leagues. Yeah,
Very true.
Bowman Draft says 12/21, but it also says to be announced. It's not even been announced yet.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bowman Draft's not coming out.
February it is.
Why are you talking about pitchers and draft?
Huh?
Why not? Andrew Painter? You ever hear of him?
Dude, hey, you know why he's talking about Leiter? Because in Leaf Trinity, his non-patch auto card, just his fucking regular card with a sticker, was selling for $50.
Yeah, everybody's crazy over Leiter.
People want Jack Leiter ink. People want licensed Jack Leiter ink too. I remember that. That was right when we started doing consignment. Is when Trinity came out, and John was my guinea pig for consignment because he's local, and he had a bunch of Trinity stuff. And that was like some of the players like Khalil Watson auto would sell for like $5. Nothing compared to what his Bowman would sell for. And then you throw some pictures up, and the patches always do well, you know, $20 or so, you know, for the really cool looking stuff. And then like, yeah, just threw a Jack Leiter up, like maybe numbered to 50, like $50. I'm like, oh, we found it.
Yeah.
People do want pictures. They just want this picture.
Even the elite stuff, the elite boxes, like like the Kumar stuff that I got out of that sold pretty well.
Yeah, the Vanderbilt stuff.
Yeah, and that's like as unlicensed as it gets.
Yeah, but it's in, you know, he's in the Vanderbilt uniform.
Yeah, he is in the video.
I remember that. I still have some of that. That's a good cheap rip, man, for what it is.
And if you look at like those original Kumars when they first came out right after last year's draft, there's really good prospects in there, like insanely good stuff.
For sure. What else do we need to talk about? I just don't want to forget anything Bowman Chrome related. Keith, do you have anything to add?
Nah, not really. Not that I could think of. I mean, we hit on all the big guys. They are selling really well. The
Tyler
color
Collins for the that's got to be an outlier there. That 52 you have 52 and 223s, so that brings that down.
Yeah, brought it down. Yeah. Any Braves guy though, you never know. Like
right, absolutely. And the Braves are a team that's not very expensive, so
yeah,
that's what's interesting about that. Yordani De Los Santos for the Pirates is a surprise in terms of selling poorly. He's only selling for around $30. And I liked him more than that. So maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong in terms of my analysis, which is fine because, like I said, I don't claim these are kids. I don't claim to know a damn thing about them. Mason Hour selling for around $50, $55-$60 for the Rays is a good thing. Yarlene Susana selling for $40. That's a pitcher. I pulled a yellow of him. And that's the only reason I even know who that guy is. He was not on my list, but he's selling for less than Vera, and I only did one pitcher, so I won. I won. What'd you guys win? You guys win on anything? Chorio 70. What do we have? I just want to make sure we don't miss anybody. Paulino 45. Cade Marlowe for the Mariners is around $30. And that's really about it as far as the good sellers. And this is just for base auto. So when we're talking about those guys that still sell for $20 and $30 as base autos, you hit their color, now you're talking 40 and 50. Now you hit a purple, you're talking 50 or 60. And then, you start talking about real money, even for those guys that we're not even discussing. And you don't have to hit a gold. You just got to hit a speckle or something, and you might, boom, now you found a $100 bill instead of a $20 bill. You never know. So there's a ton of options. There's a ton of options, but do not chase the rookies in this product unless you're buying in a hobby case. If you're trying to chase a rookie in HTA, just go. I can't say what I want to say because it's not what I mean, but it's funny. I don't want you to jump off of anything. Don't do that. That's wrong. If you need help, get help. I love you. I will give you a hug. Thomas wants you to go buy a spot in my break. Thomas, I can't look at the chat. Thomas is killing me. Thomas
trying
is
to keep you up
me.
late tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's time. It's 5 teams left. I'm disappointed we didn't fill it. Mariners, Phillies, A's, Royals, and Angels. Only 2. Bergola's cheap. How are the Phillies still for sale? The Phillies are about to be $500 in the next case. They're $130 in my break right now. And Bergola sells for $330. Yeah, the Phillies are going to $200. And if they don't sell, I can sleep at night. Wow, that's a surprise. Shocker today. How are the Phillies not selling with the data that we have? You guys got to watch
Maybe
the
I'll
show.
go buy them.
Pav, you might as well, dude. I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna keep them after this. Dad for 130. Fuck, I chased the Mariners on just because I messed up and listed the wrong thing at the wrong time. I think that's it for Bowman Chrome. This show was a little bit longer. I didn't mean to keep everyone here this long, but I think it's important that we go over all the numbers. Stadium Club Friday. I'm super pumped.
Always a good product.
Yeah, always a good product. I've been getting the Phillies for 97 in another break. Good for you. Good for you. Whoever
Where's
that
that?
is fucking stupid.
Where's that? Maybe I
Yeah.
should just go buy the stock of Phillies.
Pav
Let's
wants
see how
to know
long
where
that
they're at.
lasts.
That's insane. Bergola's the third highest selling dude, and they're fucking selling the Phillies for $97 in a case. Tell that idiot to watch the podcast and come back afterwards. After you get as many Phillies as you want, though, Shane. I did. Everything's in the mail, Shane, too. Everything. The tracking numbers aren't popping on time, though. I don't know what's up with the post office. I think it was this weekend. I had a big panic attack going on all day long. Everything from Monday still says it's not scanned yet. But I know the shit got scanned, so I don't understand. The stuff from Friday didn't show as scanned until today, which makes no sense to me. It's maddening right now. I had a very stressful day with logistics. I don't really have anything else to talk about.
No, man.
I'm buying your Phillies.
See, look at that. Pav's smart. Pav's buying the Phillies so he can hit a...
Listen,
I hope
he
I hit
hits,
the Bergola.
I hope you hit a fucking gold one.
That'd be badass, dude.
if he
Still
hits it,
sucks.
You
I'll be
can
pumped.
just keep it and consign it for me.
Showed it still with you. Yeah. Everything for Monday still says acceptance pending. I know. I don't. It's something
God.
with USPS. I promise you guys. I've been dealing with that all day. It all shipped. It's not at my house. It's on the way to you. I promise. Same thing with Friday stuff.
keep in mind the amount of packages that are going through the mail now for the next month.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
going to have hiccups.
I went to my local post office today to ask because I know the people personally at my local post office if they could reach out to where the packages were just to check in on them, and they did. Because you can't call. Like, even if I call my local post office, I can't talk to anybody. I just get a recording. They tell you the hours.
Yeah.
So I had this nice lady Bobby over there call up another branch, someone she knew at the other branch, like, hey, she said, yeah. She goes, it's here. She goes, we took the scan sheet. The lady told me she goes, we didn't scan the scan sheet because it wasn't going to go out. That's what she told me. They had so much stuff there from the Black Friday sale that the post office wasn't big enough to handle getting out everything that was coming in, which is wild. I thought that was crazy to me. I'm like, wow, all right. So hopefully that stuff goes soon. I'm going to go over there and start delivering it myself. But I had never heard that, and it only got brought to my attention because someone from eBay on consignment was asking me, like, hey, when are you going to ship my card? I assumed because we ship every single day on eBay. eBay ships every day. I assumed he was talking about the stuff from Monday. I'm like, oh, we shipped it last night, buddy. I'm like, no worries. And then he messaged me back. He's like, no, this is from Friday. I'm like, what? Like, Friday, you should already have it. I started freaking out early, dude. I had a day, boy. And I woke up at 4 a.m. with a migraine, all that stuff. It was a good day. But it's over now. We got to do a fun podcast. We got to break down some Bowman Chrome with you guys. Remember, there's a ton of the biggest takeaways from the product. Bergola, selling well. Pav just stole the Phillies from me because nobody wants to buy the Phillies. So I hope Pav hits huge. Did I say the Mariners were still available too? Yeah,
the Red Sox.
The Red Sox. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No, the Red Sox are gone. They're gone.
I was on there.
It's not. They're gone.
What the?
Royals, Angels, A's, Mariners. That's it.
Somebody just bought them, huh?
So anyway, lots of great selling cards. Choreo, $550. Arias, $450. Bergola, 335. Crazy. Those are the top three. That's a big shock. Then at the bottom end, Raphael at $100 is a shocker to me. And that's about it. That's really all I got. So if you guys want any more Bowman Chrome information, data, anything like that, let us know. We won't do any more full shows on this product, but since it's such a big release, you only get 3 big Bowman releases a year. It was, in my opinion, 100% worth doing a couple shows on it. One, to break down the players. We'll do that with all the Bowman releases. We're here to get you guys in the loop. And then this. The rookies are missing.
Surprise, surprise.
So they're not missing so much as there's just not a lot of them, you know. So it's just few and far between. I was screaming that last week, so I'll continue to scream that. Dude, this guy's killing me. Somebody yell at Thomas. I can't do it with this guy right now. I got a whole podcast to produce after this. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Anybody, Pav, you got anything you want to say?
Yep. That's all.
Right. Keith, what you got?
Go Birds.
Oh.
How about that fucking World Cup?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
That was exciting.
It was exciting until I lost $500.
It's Iran, not Iran.
Yeah, they ran right out of the stadium because they lost.
See ya.
Did you
America.
hear all that fucking crazy shit about like what the government of
God damn it, Pav. Hey, thanks to everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Underground Runaround Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Ross. PavDaddy's dumbfounded down there. Keith, appreciate your efforts today. We'll be back next week. Everybody have a great week. Adios. If you want to hear more from Pav, let us know, and I'm sure we can accommodate it. But this left field shit, we got to go.
Bergola.
Gold Bergola, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week. See you guys later.